Hey guys, my name is Lucy Hudson and I am a second year staff here at Wilderness Trail. I've been on a lot of hikes with Wilderness Trail and I've experienced a lot of really cool moments. God's taught me how to trust Him in the wilderness, why servant leadership is so essential, and how to have joy in the moment even when my hike is not all sunshine and rainbows. Last summer, I got to experience a new side of trail as a first year staff member. Going into it, I had high hopes. I was absolutely stoked to be a staff. I was planning on serving my groups with everything I had and being the best staff I could possibly be for all of my hikers. But that did not last very long, not at all. I got injured the week before groups came up to the property for the first event of the entire summer, and I was devastated. I was on crutches for a little bit, and I was in a walking boot for about 2 weeks after that. Nothing was going according to my plan. Forget about being the best possible staff for my hikers. I couldn't even walk on my own. I had to sit out for the first 2 events of the summer, one of them being the event that my hometown church came up for. I felt robbed, I felt upset, and I felt confused. I thought I knew God's plan for my summer, but now it all seemed to be falling apart. The summer went on, and although my injury didn't fully heal, I was able to hike the last 5 events of the summer and lead some of the best groups I've ever had. Looking back on my summer, I can't help but laugh because God was alive and His plan was in motion before I even accepted the job to be a summer staff for Wilderness Trail. I was too blinded and distracted by my own plan that I had made up to see that God was working on a plan of His own the whole time. Last summer gave me the opportunity to experience a pillar of Wilderness Trail I hadn't experienced in a long time, the body of Christ. 1 Corinthians 12:12-20 says, "Just as a body, though one, has many parts, but all its many parts form one body. So it is with Christ. For we were all baptized by one Spirit as to form one body, whether Jews or Gentiles, slaves or free. We were all given one Spirit to drink. Even so, the body is not made up of one part, but of many. Now if the foot should say, because I'm not the hand, I don't belong to the body, would it not for that reason stop being a part of the body? And if the ear should say, because I'm not an eye, I don't belong to the body, would it for that reason stop being a part of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has placed the parts in the body, every one of them, just as He wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the whole body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body." As Christians, we're designed by God to be the body of Christ. God crafted you and He crafted me individually and gifted us with unique abilities. We each have a place in God's family, and we're called to serve Him with our gifts. In this passage, it says twice that our own words and desires aren't strong enough to stop God from using our gifts and abilities to spread His kingdom. God has placed each and every one of us exactly where He wants us to be, and His plan is good and perfect. Last summer, I wanted to follow my own plan, get by on my own strength and find success and happiness in my situation by my own means. But my plan failed pretty miserably. But thank the Lord that the God we serve is too good of a God to let my selfishness get in the way of His perfect plan. God was taking me on a hike that I did not want to go on, not at all. But I was right where He needed me to be. And He was watching over me the whole time. I learned how to be a part of the body of Christ in a way that I wouldn't have had the ability to if I wasn't injured, sitting, and waiting. During this time of quarantine, I'm sure some of us feel robbed, upset, and even confused. Maybe we thought we knew God's plan, but now it just seems to be falling apart. I encourage you to lean into the body of Christ. Invite God into your heart and ask where He's sending you during this time. Don't waste this rare opportunity we have to stop, to sit, to wait, and to listen. We are called to lean into our place in the body of Christ and spread God's kingdom. Take this time to answer the call and take your place in the body of Christ.